Is your check engine light on? Don't ignore it. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today and let our professional parts people scan your vehicle for free. We'll retrieve the codes, discuss possible solutions, and even help you find a professional technician if needed. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today for our free check engine light help. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome to Good Deeds. I'm Dr. Renee Sunday, and I am the platform builder. I have the awesome opportunity to be your host. I know people say, Dr. Sunday, you have so much energy. Woo! But you know what? The key is identifying your purpose, and guess what? Working to your purpose and walking in your purpose. That's what it's all about. But you know what we do here in Good Deeds? We help you shine your light to the world. And what is your light? Your light is your goals, your dreams, your passions, your purpose, and, of course, your destiny in life. That's what we do here. We actually do that through the radio, TV, the magazine, the publishing company, and even, our nonprofit organization, right? But the thing is, we believe in you. We have to stop and say that. We truly believe in you. And guess what? You have greatness inside of you that really needs to be seen, be heard, and guess what? Get paid. Yes, and yes. That's what needs to happen because somebody right now is thinking about, guess what? Can I be transparent? I'm making the wrong decision. Somebody right now are thinking about maybe hurting themselves or somebody right now is praying. Somebody right now is feeling frustrated and overwhelmed for the gift that you have inside of you. So we got the don't stop, you know the rest, get it. And we need to write that book. We need to be the media personality. We need to be that coach. We need to be what's inside of you. And your purpose is something that's easily, guess what, obtainable by you. That's what it's all about. But let's get to our question because we got a powerhouse in here. The question for Dr. Renee, and you know when I say that, the team, new people, that's when the team is handing me the question. And the reason we do that is the key is the three things you know. I'm going to show love and compassion. I'm going to be consistent, and I'm going to be authentic, okay? Well, the question actually is, I'm paraphrasing, and what I do is I actually give the person a phone call, and we talk more in detail of what the question that they ask. Because a lot of times the question may or may not be saying what's really going on, okay? So the question is, Dr. Sunday, we see that you're doing a lot of things in your business. And we see that you launched several different businesses in regards to branding. The first question is, how do you decide what to put on the one brand and what you decide not to put on the brand? And the other question is, Dr. Sunday, how do you keep it real? Now, how do I keep it 100? Okay, well, first of all, let me answer the second one first. I keep it 100, I keep it real because I have systems in place. I had to learn quickly that my team has gifts. I already knew that, right? But I don't need to micromanage, right? So I step back and the gift that God has given them, I step back and let them do it, right? Right. So I learned that, and guess what? My life got so easier. And, of course, self-care. I'm a big person on self-care and have a no stress or less stress life as possible. So self-care. So I learned to delegate, and guess what? Delegate well. That's where the systems come in place. That's where, the people that you hire. Now, that's the first question is with the branding. I've evolved, and that's a nice way of saying it, because I made mistakes, I did in regards to my branding. First of all, we have Renee Sunday Enterprises up under the umbrella of that is what you're listening to, the Renee Sunday, Good Deeds Radio and TV and podcast, and the magazine is all up under that umbrella with that. And then we have the publishing company has its own pie, right? It does its own thing with the publishing, the playwrights, and all those kind of things. And then we have Sunday Treasures It's actually my drop shipping business and the new children book line that's actually coming out. And why we had to do that, I'm going to say that real quickly. I have faith-based books, and I have entrepreneur books, and I have, the book we have, the 50 Things a Lady Should Know About a Car. That's kind of not in the same genre. So we actually have Dr. Renee Sunday with the grief book and the entrepreneur book, but then Renee Sunday is the other book about the 50 Things a Lady Needs to Know About a Car. And then Sunday Treasure is my pen name for the children's book. Yeah. So yes. So the thing about it is you have to know what your mission and your purpose of your business. So you can be a serial entrepreneur, but you need to make sure you know your why. You need to know why you're doing it, why you're not doing it, and so those things. So branding is very important, and you need to keep things in check, right? You have to have great customer service. But that's why I'm going to leave that because, we can talk all night, all day, all month on branding and why I have coaches as well. Oprah Winfrey has about 7 or 8 coaches. So, good well, I have a coach, right? Okay? But let us do this. Let us hear from our sponsor. And the next voice you will hear is the amazing DrStem. This amazing young lady, guess what? She's a psychotherapist, so she already probably know my 3 diagnoses, okay? But she's a teen and parent coach. She actually will get you in the right place that you need to be in regards of your life career coach. She's a motivational speaker. She's a fellow, actually, TV and radio host and personality. She's an author. So she actually, her passion is to bridge the gap between the parents and the teenager, the couples and the women, and helping them, guess what she do? Helping them live a peaceful, happy, stress-free life. Wow, I love it. So I'm really ready to hear this. But what we're going to do is take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday.
This is John Schamberger, founder and CEO of Millionaires Trainings Only. We are proud to support and listen to Good Deeds Live every Mondays and Thursday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time with your host, the platform builder, Dr. Renee Sunday. So remember, wherever your mind can conceive and believe in your purpose, it can achieve. And don't stop. Get it.
That's what you got to do. You got to don't stop, and get it, right? We want to thank you for our premium sponsor, Mr. John Schamberger. Check him out, Millionaires and Trainings Only. And they actually have a radio show platform as well. But check them out so you can actually get more exposure, get more visibility, so you can be what? Be seen, be heard, and get paid, okay? But we want to welcome to the show this amazing life changer and powerhouse herself. We want to welcome none other than DrStem to Good Deeds. Are you there?
I am here. Can I get half your energy, Doc?
You're so funny. I love it. People always ask me that, DrStem. I say, it's all that inside stuff, okay? When I rest now. Let's get that straight.
Let me get half your energy. Hello, Dr. Renee.
Well, DrStem, I just love you. I didn't want to mess your name up because I know you would actually tell us the correct way to pronounce your name. So I chose what the other people on social media and your different clients call you. But tell us a little bit more about yourself and the amazing things that's going on in your life.
Thank you. It's an honor and a blessing to be on your show today, and thank you for inviting me to be a guest. The full name is Sithembile Mahlatini, and I'm originally from Zimbabwe. I've been here in the United States for, this is 33 years now this year. And STEM comes from Sithembile. So Sithembile means hope. And it's amazing the work that I do is literally bringing hope to, all those that I serve, which is my name. So my purpose was easier to, find as we will talk, throughout the show. But I have a private practice. I am a life coach. I'm also a licensed therapist. So I provide mental health counseling in private practice where I work with teenagers, parents, individuals, couples, and pretty much people come in and bring in the day-to-day issues that sometimes we take for granted, but they hold us back. And, there are certain things that we literally cannot resolve among each other or by ourselves. And when they do come, I'm honored to be able to help people resolve some of the issues that they might have or even mental illness that they might be struggling with so that, they can function. As you say, my goal is to make sure that everybody is happy, peaceful, and stress-free.
I love it. Well, Dr. Stem, let's step all the way back, if it's okay. In regards to what you see going on in the world, I mean, social media is a part of everybody's life. Billions of people on social media, and then the different things we see in our homes and on television and, of course, radio. What you said so wonderfully, I want to piggyback off that a little bit, that what is your perception of what's really going on in the world today? Because everybody has different stresses, and the key is we need to know what to do with them and make an appointment with you. But what do you think we are right now in the world that we see so much complex things coming to us that we can handle if we actually come to you?
So I think, in all, perspectives, here's what's going on. There is politics. I know I'm one of those people that used to say, well, I don't get involved in politics and, I'm not a politician. But the politics and what's happening with our governments, whether it's here or from, in my country, in Zimbabwe, is directly affecting each one of us individually and as families. How is that affecting us? Well, people are losing their jobs. People are losing their benefits. People are getting frustrated because, like those that have houses, the interest rates have gone up. So that means the mortgages have gone up. And then the paychecks are not adding up to match all the bills that people have. Not only that, families that have, children that are in schools, we have children not safe in the school. Even though we're not talking about school shootings right now, the fact that it happened at certain schools for so many times within the past years and even this year is scary for any parent when you take your child to school or when you see your child leaving to go to school. That's something that stresses you out, but you don't say anything to anyone, let alone those children, their stress getting into the school because they don't know whether they are safe or not in the schools. So it's certain things like those ones that actually affect couples and families as well, those that are, married or those that are dating and living together. You can add up your bills and then you start having disagreements and people are not talking and little things start to stress, people, and then they find themselves not talking and they find themselves not wanting to be even home. So those are the kind of things that once you get to that point where, I don't think we're resolving anything between the two of us, or these children are not listening to me and I'm not able to control them and to parent them because, I just don't have it within me. I'm so exhausted and I'm so stressed out. So I'm happy and excited that people actually are picking up the phone and saying, listen, can I come in? Can we come in and hear a neutral person that can try and help us resolve what is going on, in our life, today? And, it takes a lot for, especially, I might say for men and African Americans or minorities to say, I'm going for counseling. It's not the norm, but I'm finding that there's an increase that, of people coming in and calling, which I'm excited about because nobody has to go through living with stress or any problems that they cannot resolve on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But I want to talk a little bit, if it's okay, because you said something very powerful, is communication. And the thing is, if I look at what my parents, even let's go way back even to civil rights, way before, communication was different. Even with my parents, they in the 70s and 80s, we had the telephone that kids nowadays don't even know anything about a house phone. Or we went to our neighbors and on Sunday after dinner, after church and stuff, and just had a great fellowship. And then in my generation, we kind of started with the cell phone. We still had the beeper kind of thing. And I can't think of that old social media we had back in the day. I can't think. But then now we have all these social media. We have all this that we can FaceTime and my chat and just so many things. What's your take on what you just talked about just briefly is the communication, as we know, has changed with each generation. But has that helped us, or has that kind of put a dent a little bit in us having solid relationships?
It's literally 50-50 if you ask me my perception of it. It helps us, and it also hurts us. It hurts us in a way that, people are moving away from literally sitting down and having a conversation, or having a conversation the way that me and you are doing right now. They are moving away from that because now people are text messaging each other, and they're doing, the Facebook messaging, instant messaging, rather than literally talking. Even parents now, their children, what they do is they text message mom and dad. And I have parents that say, no, I will not have any one of my children talking to me that way. I need them to talk to me. The disadvantage about that is they won't. So you'll miss out on a lot of things that they could have just text messages. Say, Mom, I'm going into this meeting. I'm doing this sports. I'm going to hang up with this. Can I do this? And text message you and answer, because that's their language and that's their way of communicating. So then the advantages is, when it comes to like emails and also, like the social media, they are relatives and friends that we haven't seen in years, or classmates that we haven't seen. So it's good for connecting with other people. And then we have people that are really literally isolated, and the only thing and way that they can communicate with other people is through social media, because they don't have, anyone that they are living with, or, that they can talk to in their surrounding areas. So the only connection that they can have is, through social media. So it depends on each person on how you choose to use it to your advantage. We have a lot of divorces that are going on now and breakups. Guess why? Because of social media. Because now, it's easy. You don't have to wait to find a letter or to find, a phone number in the phone, or, to get a little receipt for a hotel that your husband was away or your wife was out, with another man. It's right there on social media. Somebody will post something, or they'll go to a function, and then a picture pops up. So then now we have, divorces happening because of social media. We also have more people coming in for counseling, because I noticed that my husband was messaging so-and-so, or my wife was talking to another man, and these are the messages that they were sending, and they have screenshots of those. So then there we go. That's the negative part of, about social media.
Wow.
And then
you're absolutely right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. And as you know, you and I are business people. I mean, the other way that we are making, money is through social media, because we can sell our books, we can sell our services through social media, through the radios. People can get to listen to the radio stations through social media. So for some, we can take advantage of it rather than look at the negative of social media. We are looking at the positive and how, we can get the best return on investment on social media, because everybody is on social media. Everybody, has technology of the phone or some way that they can see a service that they need. So it's very, I encourage everybody who's listening in, who's a business person, that make sure, I don't care whether your business is to cook food and sell food on, or it is to neat and clean houses or anything, make sure you have a website, and make sure that you have, a platform on social media where you talk about what it is that you do, because people are watching and buying from social media.
Yes. I totally can relate to that myself. I mean, customers from all over the world you have access to. So we really need to tap in as business owners and you write authors and speakers into the social media. But Dr. Stem, help us with this, though, because I love how you address this in your practice, that in regards of teens, parents, here in Atlanta, I mean, Atlanta is a metropolitan. I mean, there's so many people here. But with that being said, unfortunate is a lot of, I think we may have been unfortunate to have gained the title of a high human trafficking for children and for, women. And we have a lot of the prostitution. We have a lot of that. Not saying we're different from other cities or other major cities, but where we are right now, the listeners that's listening, no matter where they are, no matter what the city, what do you think we need to do as, parents, as the children, what we need to do, or even what we need to do as godparents? Because I have almost 20 godchildren. But what can we do as a village to actually help your job be easier when we come to you, that we actually have some things somewhat prepared, or what can we do in this world now to help our youth actually, to be honest, let's realize that our parents are saying some things that are truthful.
You're right, and it's interesting because as you were, formulating the question, the thing I was thinking about is it takes a village, and then you mentioned what can we do as a village, because we need to keep that village mentality that, it takes a village for all of us. So that means to take advantage of the community programs that are within each city, because most of the cities now, including, Atlanta, they have community programs that are, geared toward helping the young people. And that means they teach life skills, they teach social skills, they help with homework, they help with college planning. And I've noticed that some churches are also starting to start those programs in their churches. If they haven't, I encourage, a lot of churches to do that, to have programs where we have a lot of the values that we used to be taught at home to now be taught in the church, to now be taught in the community. Because what's lacking is, as parents are working and as parents are struggling with the day-to-day, problems that they're facing in their jobs, at work, in their own relationships, it's almost like there's not enough time to cater to these children and teach them what they need to know and talk to them, communicate with these children to find out what is really going on with their lives. So in most households, I can tell you that in most households, probably 90% if I'm not wrong, we have parents that are working and coming in at home. Some even work overnight. So when they come in at home at 7 o'clock, their son is taking a shower or daughter is taking a shower to go to school. They come in, figure out a little bit to eat, get into their room, close the door, sleep, and the daughter or son get ready for school and go to school. So they never get to see each other that often. So it's almost like by the time they see each other, it's Thanksgiving or Christmas. What happened throughout the week or the days that they didn't have that guidance from the house? Because it's still a key that the parent or grandparent or godparent that's raising this child in the house, those are the most important, people and influential people in their lives that we need to figure out as well, how to spend time with them, communicate with them, rather than just coming in exhausted, going in the next room, and then, going to work. Because with most of these kids, when I ask them, well, how often do you see your mom? Well, on weekends, some days when she's off, I can see her. But most of the time she's working. My dad, I never get to see him. He's always at work, or he's not even in the home. So I think, we need to have programs. I know here in the Orlando area, we have programs where they have local fathers that get together and that got together and formed a fathers group where for those kids that don't have fathers, they can get assigned a mentor, like a surrogate father. that can be a mentor to them. That way these parents, that don't have fathers, to help them raise boys, especially, can have a father, or even the girls. They need a fatherly figure in there. So they formed, that kind of group. And I think it's an awesome idea that if adopted throughout the country or even the world, that those kids will not lack that guidance and support that they can get from a willing male that says, you know what, I can stand in as a father figure just to be a role model for this child.
Ooh, Lord, that's so powerful what you said. Woo! We need to really, really soak in that. And
yeah.
I can't remember her name now. She said, sit in that for a little bit. But let me ask you this. The amazing thing that you do with your clients in regards of the psychotherapist, kind of give us a glimpse of that. I mean, are your I shouldn't say customers, are your clients more virtual, or do you do, mostly you have to come into your office? And kind of tell us a little bit about that, because it sounds like you do group coaching and one-on-one. So give us a little spiel of that. And then after that, please tell us how we can actually connect with you with that, and how we can support you to help more people.
Well, thank God for social media, because what happens is, how we have that FaceTime where we can do the video chats. I also use, Skype. So I do virtual as well. I even have people as far as Australia and London that I talk to on video. So I'm sitting in my office and they're sitting in their house or in the office, and we see each other and we have a session for that week. Or some people prefer telephone because it's easier and they don't have, the services to probably pull up the videos. So we do, telephone as well. I'm getting more and more of that this 2018, where I have people, retain me to talk to me via the phone. If they are in the Orlando area, in the Orlando, Florida area, I still believe, because then I don't want us to get away from human connection and us sitting down and talking. So for those that are in the Orlando area, I always encourage them to come in, let's sit down and let's talk, because there's power in sitting down and literally having, a conversation with someone about what's on your heart and what's troubling you. And the way that I have managed to, which next year I'll be doing more of that, I travel and do workshops and seminars. In those workshops, I can have women empowerment seminar, or I can have a parent empowerment seminar. In those, I usually do a half a day for 4 hours, or I will do a full day for 6 hours. And when we do that, we are having this forum that's almost like a counseling session in my office, but I'm now present in the country or city or state where I'm traveling to, and we get to sit down and talk about the problems that people are going. What's good about that is you get to look around the room and realize that you are not alone in the things that you're struggling with. You get to hear other people on how they have worked out some problems, or, dealt with some of the problems that you might be going through. But most of all, they'll have an opportunity to have me for that, 4, 5, 6 hours that will be there, that I can answer questions. I can help guide people into how they can better deal with whatever situations they are. So I love empowerment seminars, because then I get to talk to a group of people, and, together we come up with some solutions, as well as some professional solutions that I already have that I share with them. And that's, one way of doing it. How do people get in touch with me? I do have a website. My website is DrStemSpeaks.com. And then they can email me as well at DrStem14@gmail.com. That's DrStem14@gmail.com. As you mentioned earlier on, I do have a radio show that I also do weekly. And my radio show is called Dr. Stem Show. And it's all one word, DrStemSHOW, Dr. Stem Show. And if you just go on Google and put Dr. Stem Show, you'll see it. My platform is americaoutloud.com. That's where you get to listen to it. So I produce mine every Friday. That's when people can hear me live. But then it goes into podcast by that Monday. So right now, there are probably hundreds of shows that are already on the site that people can listen to. I do just like you do. I make sure that they're informative, the shows that we do. They're empowering, they're encouraging, and if you listen to it, you're bound to come up with one thing that you can say, I didn't even think of it that way, or I didn't even know, to do things this way. And that's my goal every week when I do those shows, and I invite guests, which I'm looking forward to having you as my guest on that show, so that we can talk about, how to better, people's lives, how to better, especially our young ones. They need more guidance. And, I'm very, interested in, remember how when we grew up, right, you have grandmother and grandpa where you can go in and sit down and they tell you stories and they tell you about life. And these kids don't do that anymore. They don't have a way of sitting down and, listening to grandmother. So that's why I'm interested in doing podcasts and doing anything that they can get access to. I write books, I do audio books, so that, I can reach out to them and say, listen, there is more to life than what you know, and these are some of the tips that you have. So if I may say real quick, Doctor, I have 3 books that are coming out, end of this year. One of them is for teenage girls Q&A. And what it is, they're questions and answers that teenage girls ask. And most parents might not have the time to answer them, or they might not have the right answers that would fit in with today's children for them to understand, the way that, they might understand them. So what I did was, because I've been in private practice for 22 years now, what I did was put together some questions, and then I explained, what my answer would be if they were sitting with me in counseling and asking the question. What I like about that book, I have one for boys and I also have one for parents. And I address questions on mental health, on dating, on success, on going to college, on, succeeding in class, anything that might, impact their lives. I ask a question and put the answers there. What I like about those new books is if a teenager picks up that book and they read it, they are bound to say, Mom, Dr. Stem said about dating that, she thinks that maybe 16, 18 is the first time that, maybe people can start even talking to boys but not having sex. What do you think about it? And then it's a conversation starter that they can do. Mom can do the same thing, see something in that book, and they said, you know what, this is what she said. I'm just wondering, is that how you heard me talk about, this situation, or are you depressed? And then there are certain questions that you can ask on to figure out whether your child is depressed or not, because there's what we call clinical depression, and then there's some that are just situational depressions, and sometimes it's difficult to determine, what the differences are. So I like that about these books, where we have the question and answers that I put together and be able to help out, start the conversations, but also to bring awareness to the things that are dealing with love, life, mental health, suicide, alcohol, drugs, and, many more topics.
Wow, we really need that. I can't wait till you get those. Yeah, we need that at every school, every church, every place. We need that. Oh, wow, that's powerful. Dr. Stem, do us a favor and tell us one more time how we can contact you so we can make sure everyone has the information. And for the people that came in kind of late, the people that's listening to the archive, we just want to make sure they actually connect with you.
Yes, people can get in touch with me at my, through my email, drstem14@gmail.com. You can also listen to the Dr. Stem Show on America Out Loud. You can just put Dr. Stem Show, one word, in Google and be able to listen to the shows there. There is a link that you can also get in touch with me, via there. I'm looking forward to hearing from, your listeners, because I think what happens in life is once we have, two powerhouses like you and I, having this kind of conversation here. I'm hoping that somebody takes advantage of it and says, you know what, 2018, I wanted to do such and such and such, and I didn't even do half the things, or I nearly got what I wanted, but I couldn't get it. So 2019, it is going to be a different year. And guess what? By working with, a person like you or myself, you definitely can see differences in your life, and there will be, a difference in your money as well, in your pocket, when you do coaching with you or talk to you about how you can pursue your purpose and your passion.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that. We have to do better and better. Well, first of all,
yes.
We thank you, Dr. Stem, for being in your purpose. Speaking of purpose, but we also thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule to be with us here on Good Deeds. If you need us for anything, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Thank you. I guess it worked because now I ended up with your energy, so I did get half your energy. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, and we'll be connecting, and thank you, and thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Woo, ladies and gentlemen, I got to replay that. She did some powerful stuff on that, okay? Hey, connect with her. Listen to her broadcast, see what her requirements and criteria in regards to being a guest. Please connect with her. Here at Good Deeds, we want you to do better and better. That's what we want you to do, right? If you want to actually have a strategy session with me, go to our website, www.Renee, RENEE Sunday, SUNDAY. You can get the information for that. If you want to be a guest on here on the radio show, the TV show, or even put an article in the magazine or advertise your products and services in any three, you can do that same website, ReneeSunday.com. And all the products and services, the things that I do is there as well. And the publishing company, information about the publishing company is there. The nonprofit organization has its own website, which is www.TheSundayFoundation.org, okay? We love you guys, but you got to walk out your purpose, right? So please remember, you do have a calling. You do have a reason you were born. You're not a mistake. You're not a mistake. You got to do three things. You got to believe. You got to trust, and you got to walk that thing out, right? And you got to don't stop. You got to get it. And you got to get your purpose and get your purpose out. This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Did you hear the news? Metro PCS is now Metro by T-Mobile. Now you get new plans with unlimited high-speed data all month long, all on the T-Mobile network. Check out the new Metro by T-Mobile today and discover the smarter way to get unlimited. Metro by T-Mobile. That's genius. During congestion, the fraction of customers using greater than 35 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus some T-Mobile customers. Video streams at 480p. Coverage not available in some areas. See store for details and terms and conditions.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.